Hi, everyone. Welcome to September of 2024. I know. How did we get here? Holy cowabunga. This year has just simultaneously flown by and taken forever. I don't know how to work with that. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. Anyway, September. Wow. Okay. So, in the English language, September kicks off the burr months: September, October, November, December. And where I live, November and December really are like burr kind of months. It gets cold. Um, so, September, we have so much to talk about, but I'm going to try to make it as bite sized pieces as I can. So, we start the month, now we're in Virgo season, and September is split by Virgo because the sun usually changes signs each month around the 20th, 22nd, somewhere in there. So we spend about 2/3 of the month in one sign, and then we hit another sign the other third of the month. So we're in Virgo season now. And then later in the month, I'm not sure the exact date. Like I said, it's around the 20th. We move into Libra. So with September beginning in Virgo season, we have a new moon in Virgo because new moons are always in the same sun sign that we're in. So the second or third, depending on where you live in the world, we'll have a new moon in Virgo. And new moons are awesome for starting a new chapter. It's like a blank slate. So we're starting the month with a blank slate, and I love that journey for us. We're going to take a look a little bit here in this reading. I don't want it to go on too long, but I will do a separate reading specifically for the new moon and then one specifically for the full moon during the month. So stay tuned for those. The full moon, speaking of, is a super full moon eclipse in Pisces. So everybody take a deep breath. Here's why. The full moon will always take place in the opposite sign of the sun sign that we're in. So 12 zodiac signs, each one has an opposite sign. And the opposite of Virgo is Pisces. So earth and water are always opposite, fire and air are always opposite. So with this energy, super full moons we're already crazy at the full moon. So the super full moon and it being an eclipse, cowabunga. So we'll do its own dedicated reading because it deserves that um, later. But for now, we'll see what comes out during the reading. But for now, just note that'll happen around the 17th or 18th of September, again, depending on where you live in the world. So this month, especially the first 20 days ish of the month, we're in Virgo season. So Virgo's an earth sign, awesome to get rid of any clutter or anything that's not working because Virgos, I love you, you know I do. Virgos are perfectionistic. So paying attention to those details and tweaking, making little tweaks. You don't have to make big changes, but like just little quarter turns. And it's like, oh, there we go. Perfect. So detoxing, releasing the past. It's a good time to physically declutter your life. So physically getting rid of stuff that doesn't serve you, rehoming it, or if it's broken, throw it away. If it can't be fixed, throw it away. Or repurpose it, upcycle it, whatever applies. The new moon in Virgo, because we're kicking off the month with it, really there's a couple ways you could look at this. On one hand, there's a lot of Saturn and Pluto energy going on right now because they're making some moves this month. I'm not an astrologer and I don't play one on TV, so feel free to find your favorite astrologer and find out what that means. Just know that Pluto is death, rebirth. It's Scorpio. It rules Scorpio. So death and rebirth energy, the death card in tarot. Awesome energy. It's the Phoenix. It's pretty cool. It's great to work with. So getting rid of what doesn't work to make room for what does. That's great for this new moon. And Saturn is a planet that is the ultimate taskmaster. It rules Capricorn. Capricorns, I love you, I do. But if there's anything that Saturn does well, it's hold us accountable and makes us learn lessons. And we're just going to repeat those lessons until we learn them. So work with that energy. So even if you're making your new moon wishes, manifestations, etc., and Saturn's holding you back, like, are you sure you're ready for that? Did you learn everything? Really check on that. Okay. So it's a great time. Don't think that it's not a great time. Like, oh, what's the point then if Saturn's just going to be here hammering away? Saturn's a teacher. It just wants us to learn so that we can move forward and that we can fully embrace the good stuff that's coming in. So with this new moon, again, I'm not going to go into it too much, but we'll touch on it a little bit since we are kicking off the month with it. You can make a plan. And I say that with a grain of salt because Virgo, I love you. Virgos are fabulous. They're earth signs. They're really great at making a plan and they really want to stick to it. But if it's not perfect, then they might not implement the plan until they're absolutely sure. So don't be afraid to take some risks. Just kind of let that energy simmer a little bit. And, don't let it bring you down. Still get into your new moon manifesting, do your thing, all the great stuff. And using that full moon energy will be awesome to let go of any limiting belief systems that are like, oh, what's the point? Or if it's not perfect, it's never going to work. I'm not going to do it. Or I thought I had the perfect plan and something went haywire. So insert negative thoughts here. Clear, cancel, delete. Let it go. Under the full moon, it'll be a great time to evaluate what's working and what's not, and just to make that little tweak. Because then we're going to hit Libra season and you'll be fine. So, make your plan. I know, man plans, God laughs, right? But not necessarily. It's more like you make a plan, and nobody ever says that old adage when stuff works. It's only when things don't work. And that's really getting into victim mentality. So let that go. Make your plan, adjust the sails if you need to. It's cool. So that's a good way to use these two moon energies in Virgo and Pisces, because again, remember they're opposite signs, to your advantage. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at overall energy for the month for you. And I'm also going to pull specific cards around career, love, and whatever else might come out. Definitely healing, because hi, Willow Tree Healing. It's what we do here. So where's your opportunity for healing? I've got some new decks that I'm really excited to play with. So yay. All right. So let's see what's going on. Let's get started. All right, Aquarius. I have to play with the lighting a little bit today. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny day, but that it makes it hard for cameras. So we're trying a color change. Hopefully you'll be able to see the cards. I started to record the reading with the cards on the current light level, and it just wasn't working. So hopefully this is better. All right, let's see what's going on for you for September 2024. Whoa. So I will take jumpers if you're unfamiliar with my style. However, when I drop half the deck, no. But on the floor, upright, like face up, is the Six of Wands. So we're going to go ahead and take that, because it's the only one that did land face up. All right. No, I feel like that. Okay. Since I'm an intuitive reader, I get to do what I want, right? As long as it's for the good of all, right, Aquarius? That's your jam. Collective consciousness, which is a fancy way of saying everybody. Okay. Oh. So reversals aren't good or bad. I'm going to lay this out and then I'll start explaining it to you. So if you're not watching the shuffle and all the good stuff, I like to do that on camera so no one can accuse me of stacking the deck. Plus, it's just nice. It's nice to be fresh in the energy. So if you're just listening, I'm going to explain everything too. The Six of Wands here upright at the very top, that's the one that fell out onto the floor. That's victory. That's accomplishment. That's recognition. Everybody is, and by everybody, I mean the herd, because I love this deck. It's the Wild Reflections deck. Everything's in the description box below. All the decks that I use, etc. So the Six of Wands, everybody's kind of circling around. He's got the wand here, and gender's neutral in tarot. It's just a male depiction. On the white horse, while everybody else is, they're brown. I don't know if they're deer, elk, what exactly version of four-legged creature they are, but it's about standing out because the white horse is very different than everybody else here in the depiction. And he's up on his high horse. So maybe you're up on your high horse about something. Careful, because when you fall, it hurts. That's in reverse. But anyway, this is about victory and recognition. So getting recognized for your efforts. Yep, there's the dryer buzz. So there's confirmation. And with the Page of Pentacles here next in reverse. Now, reversals aren't good or bad. They're just a different way of reading the energy. It's usually where there's a block. So the advice here about the Page of Pentacles in reverse is like, maybe you're refusing. Okay. So if you're up on your high horse, maybe you're refusing to learn something new because you think that this is the way we've always done things and that's just the right way to do it. Well, if we did things the way we've always done them, we'd still be on horseback rather than having cars that go 80 miles an hour. We also wouldn't have electricity. We would have gas lighting, which was very different, very, 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 very destructive, dangerous, just bad. So we wouldn't have penicillin. We wouldn't have robotic surgeries. So it's okay to evolve, Aquarius. It's okay. It really is. Whatever's for the greatest good of all here. But this Page of Pentacles, he's the ultimate student. And when we put it in reverse, maybe you're not learning something and lessons do repeat themselves until you finally are able to learn the lesson. They'll show up in different packages, different people, different situations, but it's the same lesson. So if you're maybe being a little short-sighted about something, you're up on your high horse. I keep getting that. I don't know why, but maybe it's, for some of you, it could be that you have reached the height. Maybe you're at the top of the food chain at work, or in your situation. Again, don't ever try to shoehorn yourself into a reading. If I say work and it's love or vice versa, or it's a situation otherwise, take the advice and run with it. Apply it to your situation, how it feels right for you. But with another way of reading this would be maybe you've reached the top and you feel stuck or you're bored or there's no room for growth. Maybe there's a glass ceiling. Maybe you think that you've done everything and that you can take a break. That could be true, but be careful because somebody might see it as being lazy and maybe you don't deserve the promotion that you got, or something to that effect. I just got hard stopped. So for somebody, that's true. But you're balancing here with the Two of Pentacles. This is usually work-life balance, but again, apply it where it fits for you. The Two of Pentacles is all about balance. So she's riding the bike hands-free without her hands on the handlebars. not very safety first, as my son used to say when he was little, safety first. So maybe there's something about that for somebody. But with the general energy here, it's about balance and being resourceful and being flexible, um, finding the balance, the harmony here, especially if you have a lot of responsibilities. So for others, this could be that maybe you're the leader of the pack and that isn't exactly what you wanted. Maybe you got a promotion that you really didn't want. Again, work, home life. If somebody died and now you're the patriarch or matriarch of the family, I'm so sorry for your loss. But that does come with a lot of responsibility. Or if there was a divorce, I'm not really seeing that here. But again, this is a general reading. Take what applies. I'm just throwing it out there for whoever might be listening. But with this energy, maybe there was a divorce or something that happened, and now you're the head of the household, and you're like, ugh, how am I going to balance all of this? This is a lot. It is a lot. Coming from a single mom, I can tell you, it is a lot. But you get your balance, and you figure it out. So being resourceful, adapting to any of those changes that might have happened. I know a lot of people who are going through work changes right now, stuff happening in the workplace. With all these pentacles here, I'm not surprised. But, sometimes you have to make do. And when there are staffing cuts, right, Finn? My familiar just confirmed that. With staffing cuts, they expect people to take on the workload of the people who got laid off. So it's like, well, I can't add any more to my plate, but it has to be done. Here's the compartmentalization for you, Aquarius, or whoever's watching. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watchers. You like the title of the video, it played next in your list, whatever. There's a message here for you. If that is the case, compartmentalization is your friend. I come in, I get paid for my 40 hours or whatever your contract is, and then I shut it off and I go home. If it doesn't get done and your boss is like, why didn't that get done? Well, you gave me too much to do. The team can't keep up. We need that person back. I don't care what the bean counters say. We can't do it. We are humans, not machines. And Aquarius, you are the rulers of collective consciousness for the good of all. You're very globally oriented. What's good for everybody, not just one person. So finding this balance with Temperance in reverse, that's the major arcana version of the Two of Pentacles. And it's about duality, light and shadow, balancing, alchemy. So when Temperance is in reverse, I'm just going to go ahead and move forward to it. It's about like excess and extremes, and there is no balance. So you're definitely feeling, if this reading's resonating for you, you're feeling a lot of pressure because there's no balance. There's a lot of discord. Maybe some reckless choices were made on, could be you. If so, just acknowledge it and own it. Or it could be somebody made a decision and it's affecting you. Okay, so things are out of balance. It's causing that stress and anxiety. Just like be careful. There's a lot of turbulence here. There's lightning on this side and sunshine on this side. So 1 foot on one side, 1 foot on the other. So trying to figure out how all of this is going to play out for you. And you're feeling like, oh my God, we can't do this. Well then, okay. If everybody comes together and says, there's no way we can meet these demands, it's not going to work, then they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to call back those laid off workers or hire that position that they didn't fill or whatever it is. Like, I don't know what you all need to do. Maybe you all need to take a pay cut, or figure out how to find a grant, or get the fundraisers going, whatever it needs to happen. We are human. We can do a little bit, minor arcana. We can do some of it, but we can't do it all. It's going to lead to stress, burnout, anxiety. You're going to lose good workers because we're going to look for another job. There's so much coming through here about work. So if this, again, is a different area of your life, please apply it appropriately. But just making sure that there's some balance here, and that you're not rushing through just to get projects done, and that they're haphazard, or that your clients aren't getting the attention that they need and deserve, or the people in your life aren't getting the attention that they need and deserve because you're now working 60 hours a week instead of being home to put your kids to bed, or to go to their baseball practice, or whatever it is, to spend time with them. If your physical, mental health, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being are suffering, if the relationships that are important to you, here's the thing, Aquarius, and for everybody. I saw this and I'll never forget it. And I use the example all the time because it's brilliant. A place, a job, whatever it is, a place will replace your position. If something happened to you, they would clean out your desk, call your loved ones to come get your shit, and post your position the next day and have that position filled in 2 weeks. Your family cannot replace you. The people who love you cannot replace you. Your friends, whoever it is that's your loved ones, your created family, cannot replace you. Okay? So do not let this stress. I usually say, I don't tell you how to live your life, but I'm going to tell you this because it's coming through loud and clear. So big sister energy from the universe coming through. Do not let a situation make you sick. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I know you can't see me violently shaking my head, but it is not worth it. Okay. So make sure that you've got the long-term goals here, because the major arcana version here. So something's stuck. Maybe you feel more stuck energy here with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you're like, well, I have a family to feed, and I can't leave this position. I can't lose this job, because then how am I going to feed my family? Here's the thing. Jobs are a dime a dozen. You'll find another job. It doesn't have to be so stressful. You won't feel like you need to take vacations, or, if you don't make time for your well-being, for your health, your body's going to make you make time. You're going to get really sick. And FMLA, hopefully you have short-term disability, because you don't get paid. And even with short-term disability, you get a percentage. You don't get the full thing. So there's your financial lesson for the day. And I'm not a financial person, but I know that much from working in HR for a little bit in a previous life. So with the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse, maybe you also feel like you have a lack of control. So you're like clinging on to it. Unwelcome changes. That's another one that the Wheel in reverse means. So, and delays is another one. So just like the wheel's not turning is basically what it means when it's in reverse. So more things that are external that are affecting you. So your advice, let's get what your advice is here. What you're invited to consider. How's that? 6 of Cups. Maybe you're going back to something that you did before. Maybe you took a new role, a new job, and somebody you used to work with in the past, especially since it fell out here with Temperance in reverse. That's Sagittarian energy. So something about like going back to something, going back to. I don't really know what that means. So these cards fell out facing each other. Usually left is the past, right is the future. So in the past, the 10 of Swords, just being mentally exhausted. I mean, look at all these swords sticking in the guy. He's like, yo. But he's still hanging on, just like mentally exhausted. So moving forward, and that's funny that I said moving because nights are all about movement. Knight of Cups. So more cups energy here. So what's in the past is that mental exhaustion. Put it in the past. Let it go. It's not serving you. So your advice is think about maybe even Six of Cups can echo childhood. So think about what you loved to do when you were a kid. Also, I got the message of childhood programming. So releasing what you should do, don't should on yourself. If your parents told you that things are supposed to be a certain way or look a certain way, let me tell you something, Aquarius. If you don't know my story, here's a Cliff Notes version. My lovely parents, who had never been to college, told 18-year-old Kelly, when I said, I want to go into social work, they were like, oh my God, no. Mom said, all you'll do is basically work for Children Protective Services, take kids out of homes, or Adult Protective Services. You're going to see awful things. No, that's not for you. Okay, well, you're not me. Love you, Mom, but you're not me. So you don't know what's in my heart and in my mind and what I want to do. Dad said, you'll never make any money doing that. Let me tell you what social work is like. If you have a master's, you're okay. The money thing's not don't let money drive you. Money is a nice thing to have. It's the currency that we use in exchange for things like vacations and our homes and food and whatever. But, oh, sorry, I just kicked the tripod. I do that. That's my thing. Promise I'm working on a better setup. Anyway, don't let money drive you, because your happiness, your fulfillment, the thing that you love is going to be way more important than the stress of a job that pays a lot of money, that's going to give you ulcers. It's going to take you away from your family, and it's going to make sure that you don't do the things that you love with the people that you love, because you're going to be too exhausted or you're going to be too sick to go and enjoy life. That's no life. That's an existence. So there you go. There's a little lesson from me on that one. So follow your heart. That's what Knight of Cups is. Following your heart, these chess pieces, making strategic moves. So if you are accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and then all of this monkey wrench gets thrown in and stops the wheel from turning, maybe it's because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. What you're supposed to be doing is what makes you happy. So take a look, Aquarius, see what that is, and follow up to my story. I'm now, with my grief counseling, doing social worky kind of things, and I could get paid a lot more if I had a social work degree. Funny how things work out. No, I did not major in it. I majored in something else, and education's never wasted. So don't feel like what you've been doing was a waste. It brought purpose. It brought you the things that you needed at the time. But now you get to make the choice, Aquarius. Isn't that empowering? You get to make the choice to do what's right for you. Beautiful. These are the soul coaching cards. So let's see. They lovingly call us out. This one. How can I deepen my trust right now? So this is trust, for you, but also in the universe. Trusting your soul to make the right choice. Trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. Oh, that's funny. Let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself, trust fully in yourself, so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Absolutely. So it says soul action, which is basically like a journal prompt or a meditation prompt. Let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain within yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm being called toward the spellcasting deck. Woo! Okay. One moment. Financial health. So there we go. There's more confirmation there. And beautiful transformation. Beautiful. So getting your so if you are afraid of leaving a job because it pays a lot of money, but you're putting it right back into going to the doctor or taking medications that you don't need to take, like when I get stressed out, I get really bad acid reflux, and I do not want to go back on my acid reflux medication. So yes, I teach mindfulness. Yes, I teach meditation. So I had to give myself that spiritual medicine to calm things down. I had to change my eating habits. Um, because I actually like my muggle job. I really do. I'm a grief counselor, so I really do like it. But I went through that, the company changes thing, and more work piled on. So I had to, it took over a month. It took the whole month of August and then some, a little bit before that, to get to a point where I was okay with a new stride. I did adapt to some things, and other things I said, there's no way I can do that by myself. I need help. So if you don't make your needs known, empty mouth or hungry mouths, closed mouths, there it is. Mercury's, the retrograde is still in shadow until like the first week of September. So bear with me. There's something about closed mouths don't get fed. So you got to make your needs known. That'll help too with this balance here. So this transformation, it's this new iteration of yourself. What is the next chapter that you want to write, Aquarius? Ooh, I like that. Writing the next chapter. And let's see. I know this is going just a little bit long, but bear with me. What are you being invited to heal in this situation so that that wheel can come upright and start turning again? And there is purpose in the pause, Aquarius. There is a purpose in this stuck energy. Oh my goodness. Oh, sadness. Yeah. Releasing any sadness, any grief. Hi, grief counselor. Releasing any grief that you might feel around the things that are going on for you in this situation. Let yourself feel through it. Let yourself cry or safely express. I'm a big fan of writing it and then safely burning that paper and just watching the paper disintegrate to embers and the smoke release into the ethers so that the universe can take it and transmute it. Beautiful. And if this is a love situation for you, holy guacamole. Okay. Gifts. It came out for somebody else too. Can't remember who now. Because I started with Virgo since it's Virgo season. But with gifts here, there is a gift. There's a gift here. This whole situation has been a gift. Even when it doesn't seem like it, it really is. Because it has helped your soul grow and evolve and learn something. So try to see the gift in this situation and that you are going to be okay. And one more from the Sacred Traveler deck, since we need some movement here. Oh, I got two. Okay, thought so. Navigating by the stars, follow your heart, follow your bliss. What makes you happy? There you go. Back to the past. What have you done before that made you happy? Or what did you always want to do when you were a kid? Because that's probably the medicine here. And watching clouds, lay back, rest, relax. So that could also be this pause energy, getting you to relax in this situation. So I hope this was helpful, Aquarius. If you would like to dig deeper into this, get your own energy going on, all of my information is in the description box below. And I hope you have a good September, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Take care.